The weather has been clear. We've been seeing helicopters taking off. Because the mountainous terrain is so difficult, they're having to winch those mountain rescue teams down onto the hillside, and they're having to walk for several kilometres just to reach the crash site, which in itself is spread out over an area of about 4 acres. The investigators are saying that the debris, in the case of the plane debris, they're seeing pieces that are no larger than, say, about 2 or 3 car doors, to give you an idea of how completely shattered the plane has been. And they've said if you bear in mind that that is the condition of the plane, you can only imagine the condition of the bodies that they are retrieving from the hillside. It's an extremely grim scene. Let's look back over the events of the past 24 hours. In a remote alpine valley, the shattered debris of Germanwings Flight 9525 is strewn across the hillside. Nobody could have survived a crash like this, and in this difficult terrain, retrieving the bodies of all those on board will take days. You can just about make out the rescue workers struggling up the hillside as they try to locate the many pieces of the plane. Crucially, they have found a black box flight recorder. It should provide vital evidence as to why this disaster happened. At Düsseldorf Airport, relatives and friends have gathered to receive more information and to absorb the terrible news. The arrivals board tells the story. Germanwings Flight 9525 never showed up. It was travelling from Barcelona to Düsseldorf, but crashed in the French Alps, near the town of Digne-les-Bains. This is thought to be footage of the actual plane that crashed, an Airbus A320, filmed on a previous flight. The French President, François Hollande, was hosting the King of Spain on an official visit. That has now been cut short.
We will do everything in our power to understand the cause of the accident and recover all the victims from the crash site. The accident has taken place in an area that's especially difficult to access.
Germanwings is a low-cost airline owned by Lufthansa, and it flies mainly short-haul journeys around Europe. It has an excellent safety record with no previous crashes. The passengers on board Flight 9525 are thought to include German, Spanish and Turkish nationals.
We are all deeply shocked and shaken. The flight of our daughter company Germanwings crashed at around 11 a.m. in the French Alps. Now our thoughts, feelings and prayers are with the loved ones of our passengers and of course our crew on this dark day for our company.
150 deaths have left so many families grieving across Europe. The town of Haltern in Germany has been hit especially hard. 16 teenagers and their teachers from a local school were on the plane, returning from a Spanish language exchange programme. One community changed forever in a sudden moment of tragedy.
And Jackie, one of the black boxes was apparently found fairly soon after the accident. Do we know whether it's started to yield any information that could be useful in terms of the investigation?
Well, the French Interior Minister has said that the black box was damaged, but it was still usable, was how he described it. Apparently, of the 2 flight recorders, this is the one that records the voices of the pilots and also the ambient sound in the cockpit. So they're hoping that this will give details about the vital last minute before contact was lost. In fact, another French official said that the key moment for investigators will be between 10:30 and 10:31 in the morning local time on Tuesday, the last minute. They will be analysing that information to try to get more clues about what might have caused the crash. Now, investigators are still saying that they're not ruling out any possible option, although they're saying that it looks unlikely that this was any kind of terrorist attack.
OK, Jackie Rowlands live in Seine-les-Alpes.